Are you serious? How about that you learn nothing new? So how about you learn that you know everything? So we got someone here that knows everything about crypto. You want to bet on somebody, you're going to bet on this guy. He has learned nothing today. Give him a hand of applause. He knows everything. God mode right there, guys. All right. I want to hear what you have learned. Let's hear it.
I've learned that as much as I try to be secure, I am nowhere near as secure as I need to be. And I want to add, if you can donate to Ukraine, please donate to Ukraine. We saw some of that out in the parking lot, near and dear to my heart. I served a mission there. I'm going there in a month. Please, if you can donate to Ukraine, shout out to Ukraine.
Thank you, Ukraine. There's some donations going to Ukraine today. People here, oh wow, now the hands are coming up. All right, we got a 17-year-old. I love when people learn that, you guys are sponges. Tell me what you learned, you little Gen Z. Wait, what are they? What are these guys? Gen Z? All right.
Pretty soon the government's been gonna take control over our currencies with making it centralized.
Wait, who told you that? That's FUD. We call that FUD. Not happening. That's why it's decentralized. They can't do that. Come on, keep coming in. I'm gonna introduce you to the Cryptopia team in like T-minus 5 minutes. Take a seat.
I learned that you can use blockchain. I learned that you can use Bitcoin to donate to the Ukrainian effort.
It's easy. There's NFTs you can buy. There's blockchain just directly. The government set up an address. All right, what do you got? Are you number 2? All right, come up here. Guys, this guy's number 2 on the Giddy app. That's crazy. He's coming for me. What's your name?
I'm Joseph.
Are you a YouTuber? What's your name? But I thought number 2 was someone else. Dang, how'd you do it?
I have 30 followers on Twitter, so I have no social media presence. But
Did you use Fiverr?
I trained 300 people how to. I was giving a training, and I made them all download the app, and I gave them $1. So.
Nice, incentivized. You guys can all do that. It's not illegal. All right. There's NFT. Everyone that has the Giddy app is going to get an NFT in like a month, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to actually be, you could probably get this one, or you could probably get this one. All of our cacti are going to be, we have 20,000 cacti and some rare ones. All right. I want to bring up the Cryptopia team right now to say thanks. You're going to meet the team. You've been seeing them everywhere. Martin, come up. Trent, Mono. Oh, yes. Sarah and Brooke are coming. Elle, I have not seen Elle. There's, all right. Do we know where Trent and Elle are? There's Trent. All right, let's all sit down. Yeah! Yes. Like, should we talk for like a hot minute of how this even happened? Because how did it happen? Are we gonna go boy-girl like this? Separate it? All right, that's fine, it's good. Trent, you have something to say.
I'll just how it happened. Do you remember the first text where this all started? So it was a Friday in November, and I was driving, and I was like, "There's nobody here in Utah that's doing a crypto conference." So I texted Scott, and I said, "All right, we're doing a crypto conference," and he's like, "Okay. In 2 weeks, we're doing a crypto conference." So I'm like, no, that's way too fast. So in typical Scott fashion, he wanted to move fast, but it took us like 2 months, and then we pulled it all together with all this team together, and so we pulled together a dream team in like such a short time.
It is a dream team. This conference rocks. I've been to all of them. Miami, Malta. I would forego all those to come to this every day, honestly. And the people here. So thank you for making this happen. Woo! Anybody else? Anyone else have anything to say?
Apparently I'm talking. I just want to say thank you for showing up for us, because I always say I'm the person in the box, right? So this is so out of my element, but I'm so excited to be involved with crypto in general, and being a woman and being able to be a part of this really awesome team and create something cool. So we hope you enjoy it. And if you aren't coming to our after party tonight, you really should, because it's a lot of fun.
Second.
Third.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, after party. If you're not coming,
get your butt there. It's gonna be awesome. There's a lot of people asking me where it is, what time it is. 6:30. It's a Twist in the Exchange. We're taking over both bars, and so 21 plus. Should know that. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sick. So get your butt out there. There's gonna be NFTs. There's gonna be a bunch of walls, video walls and screens, and all kinds of like creative material that's gonna be a bit on there. Yeah, tons of food, tons of drinks.
Also, we want to make this way weirder in October. So if you guys have any ideas, any feedback, just get back to any of us. We're all on LinkedIn and Twitter and all the things. In the Discord would be great. We have a Discord server for Cryptopia. So come find that and come talk to us in there, and we'll plan some strange things for October.
Yeah, tonight there's going to be literally an auction for collectors and they're going to be bidding with an app on all these NFTs, and it's something that never happened before where they're actually going to bid on what moves them. They're not going to be able to see the price or I can't remember how it's working, but it's going to be unique and how it goes down. And you don't have to bid or anything, but come over there, see it. We're going to have music. We've got a band playing. We got a DJ. It's at the Exchange, downtown Salt Lake City. If you're a VIP, you already got the ticket, and if you're not there, if you don't have a ticket, you can buy one still and get a cool little key with it, one of the keys of Cryptopia. This is real. Like, this is the team. Everything has gone into this. Not a lot of us has slept. I was nervous as hell getting up. Most of us are like creators that like to do writing, like Elle, myself. We do much better behind computers, in text. And so this is a little bit out of, as much as you think I like being up here, actually it scares me to death. So I was thinking of just riding around the one wheel for my whole 15 minutes and not saying anything, just doing a circus act. But so your support here coming up and believing in this and buying a ticket, which was pretty expensive. Let's be honest. I'll be honest. It is also the cheapest crypto conference that there is in the United States, but it's still a lot of money. And if you don't get something out of it, come talk to me. There's one guy back here who hasn't learned anything. If you're him, come back to me and talk to me, and then let's get your money back, because I will stand by this being the best crypto conference that's happening right now, with more amazing booths and sponsors than anywhere else. And there's going to be more in October, tons more. We're going to have a lot. And so if you want to be there, let us know. But yes, thanks for the support and all that we do. And come up and talk to us, get to know us, and we'll see you in October. And then I'm going to introduce some. I think it's time for me to introduce somebody. Okay. All right. Give a hand of applause to everybody here. Cryptopia team. All right. Now we've got a very important person to me, because he's been a good collaborator, kind of a mentor, future president of the United States in 2040. Unless my daughter runs against him, then he'll lose. But he's just committed to me that he'll be her vice. Jon Cheney will be vice president to Jane Paul when she runs. So with no further ado, the CEO of Seek is going to come up here and tell us some stuff. Jon Cheney, where are you? Come on out. Woo!
What's up, Cryptopia? Excited to be here. I'm not as well dressed as this guy. You sit down, yeah. No, you do it. Thank you.
Turn this one off.
Although I guarantee you my pants are more comfortable than his. So, especially sitting outside in that shill fest. That's gotta be brutal. I've been holding a lot of stuff in for a couple months. I've been hinting at it. For those of you that follow me on LinkedIn, I've been talking about a lot of really big things we've been doing. My co-founders, Mike and Chris, are somewhere here, right over there. We founded Seek in 2016, originally as a treasure hunting augmented reality app, a la Pokemon Go. That's kind of where we started. And then we converted into kind of more of a B2B business that helps businesses deal with 3D and AR and XR and now metaverse and all of that. And it was Seek, right? And that's what we've done. But we've jumped big time into the Web3 space and have a lot of really cool partnerships to announce today, things that we're doing. And as part of that, we've been working on this for a while now. Ocavu, you've probably seen this name around on some of the sponsorship things, the wallet that you use to log in today with your tickets, NFT tickets, all of that stuff. We're rebranding. So Ocavu, that's the new name, Reality Delivered. So what do you think? Is it good? We spent months working on it. It's crazy going through a brand change. I'm sure many of you have done that before, but man, it's painful. It's also sad to say goodbye to Seek, right? Not that we're saying goodbye, but it's just a new phase, and it's going to bring a lot of really, really cool things. Ocavu is an entire ecosystem that serves all of Web3, right? We had Adam Sidwell up here today talking about the metaverse and all the crazy, awesome things that are going on in that world, and that we're very highly involved in that world as well, and Adam's a good friend. But then you've got these other layers of DeFi, blockchain, crypto, tokens, and everything else that happens here, NFTs, of course, and it's really difficult for a lot of brands and a lot of companies out there to figure out how to do this. And so we've created an ecosystem that allows them to go from A to Z and be able to use these technologies to build better community, to build better fans, to retain more ownership for the content that they create. One of our investors and partners in all of this is Dude Perfect. Anybody, any Dude Perfect fans out there? Yeah, Dude Perfect's a really fun group of guys, and they slave away making all of this content every single day. It's crazy how much they're doing. I mean, they have fun, but it's tiring. It's taxing on them, right? They're just beating their bodies up every day. And they put it on this awesome platform that people can watch their videos on called YouTube. YouTube says, thanks so much. We'll pay you about 10% of the money we make and keep feeding it to us, right? And that business model is insane, right? And so we've built, everything that we built inside of Ocavu is to help brands like Dude Perfect and others retain ownership and allow artists and communities and athletes and brands to be able to really own their brand and their content. So one of the brands, we're really excited to announce this partnership today. Anybody know Mary Ruth's? I'll be honest, I didn't know them until they signed on with us. But they're a $1 billion plus brand. They were one of the OG brands in Web 2. They were one of the first ones on Amazon. And now they're massive. And so this is the CEO, Mary Ruth. She couldn't be here today. She really wanted to. We have some Mary Ruth people here. Where are they? Right here. Yeah. They're local here. And so Gary Vee just joined their board. And he's obviously big into Web 3. And so we're really excited with all of the things they're going to be doing with us. So let's watch a quick video from their CEO.
Hi to everyone at Cryptopia. My name is Mary Ruth Guillaume, and I'm the founder and CEO of Mary Ruth Organics. We are a CPG brand, consumer products good brands, who is getting more and more into Web3. A little bit about our story is that I was in a tremendous amount of financial debt, and over the course of 9 years, I was able to grow our company into a $1 billion brand using Web2, so Shopify, Amazon, D2C. And it's so incredible how many parallels I'm seeing with how we got on early on Amazon, 2014 versus getting on Amazon in 2011, and what that really, really meant. And I'm seeing so many similar parallels in the Web3 world about how Web2 made everything more accessible to people. Without Web2, I would have never been able to do a brand of vitamins, or I could not get into retail. And Web3, it's just creating so much accessibility to people and education and community. And I recently just spoke at the VCon conference in Minnesota as a panel speaker, and also Gary Vee is on our board of directors and is helping guide us with so many initiatives in Web3. I really, really believe in the power of Web3. We're excited to maybe do a video game and maybe sell our gummies within the video game and really have it be an educational tool. I'm also a mom of 4 children who love video games and cartoons and all of these things. So huge thank you, huge personal thank you to Seek for allowing me to speak, and congratulations on your rebranding to Ocavu and all of your Web3 platforms and initiatives. Thank you, everyone.
That's awesome. Just really, really exciting. And what I want you guys to get out of that is this is a $1 billion company that started, what is it, 10 years ago or so? 8 years ago? Okay. But they got in really early in that whole phase, another $1 billion, right? That's where we are with Web3 today. And so those of you that are starting companies today, starting new CPG products or new apps or things that are running on this Web3 technology, you're the billion-dollar companies of tomorrow, and we want to do whatever we can to help power that. Can we bring the slides back up? So the Ocavu network is the little sidebar thing that you see on the Cryptopia website today, where you saw your tickets and where you see all your keys. By the way, that's a fully functioning crypto wallet, operates on the Polygon network, and soon it will, yeah, Polygon's amazing. Soon you will be able to sell and transfer and do all kinds of stuff in there, and so stand by on that. It's like Scott, Paul, and other people have said, there's going to be a lot more utility that comes to that wallet, and you're about to receive some of that utility here in a minute. And so we'll talk through that when it comes. But part of what the Ocavu network is going to do is power community utility tokens, right? So we have partnerships with a lot of really awesome companies, one of which I'll talk about here in a second. BYU, many of you have heard a lot of things we're doing there. There's some really cool stuff there, and possibly the other school up north. We'll spread the wealth there. But we really want to help all of these different brands and companies be able to create utility tokens, and it's a very, very difficult process to do, especially if you're working within a big corporate structure. So we can help. NFTs with a purpose. I was just reading on something that said, obviously many of you own NFTs, and the NFT prices are dropping pretty fast for a lot of them, and everyone's switching over to the zombies as their NFT, as their PFP, because it's difficult to watch. I have very strongly believed from the beginning that an NFT is worthless unless it has a purpose. If it's just a picture, it's cool and it's art, and art has a place. And if that kind of art is your kind of art, that's fantastic. But for the most part, NFTs that are dropping to zero are just random little pixelated images. Something like Bored Ape Yacht Club, yeah, it might be dropping a little bit, but that has a purpose, right? That's a club, right? And there's a lot of utility you can get out of that. And so what we did is we built a utility engine that allows brands, artists, anybody, communities to have their own NFT platform that does operate on the Polygon network, so it's interoperable with something like OpenSea and other popular platforms. But you can have your own marketplace on your website. You can do all kinds of really fun things, and so that's coming. And powered through the Ocavu network. And then ultimately these lead to community management and true one-to-one marketing. It allows someone like Dude Perfect or someone like BYU or someone like Mary Ruth to be able to offer individualized experiences to the most engaged people in their community, and that's really exciting. So to power the Ocavu network, we are launching the Ocavu network token. This launches tonight at midnight. So that'll be fun. Yeah, this is gonna be really fun. But this powers, one of the things that's difficult is seeding liquidity, and those of you that are in the DeFi world understand some of that stuff. And it's really difficult for a lot of community tokens to have enough liquidity to be tradable, right? And so part of one of the primary purposes of the Ocavu network token will be to provide liquidity. We'll provide excellent liquidity and stability to our token that will allow additional tokens to then have a mechanism whereby they can easily launch and a click and launch type system, right? That will be very, very easy. Another thing they will do is there'll be a fiat on and off ramp for NFTs, right? So if you're buying a BYU NFT later this year, you'll be able to do it with your Amex, no problem, because it'll be a Stripe transaction, and our partnership with Stripe pushes it right through, and then we work everything out on the back end, and you'll be able to trade and sell using traditional fiat for these amazing NFTs, and that's huge, right? But again, allowing this real engagement from community, and like I was talking about earlier, ownership of content, which matters a lot to me. I'm an artist. I play the piano and compose, and in November of last year, I released just it was like 4 or 5 song, just a little EP for Christmas, right? Just composed a new thing. And I had something like 218,000 unique listeners during that time. And that was cool. That means in over 200,000 houses, I provided some level of Christmas spirit. And that was neat. And I earned about $300. That's it. That's my music career, right? And and I don't do it for the money. I really don't. I really don't care. In fact, I gave away an iPad to a competition. I spent way more than that. I spent thousands of dollars to make $300. And while I'm okay with that, there's a lot of people that want to make a living as an artist, right? And we got to provide ways for them to do that so that they can really own their content and be rewarded for their content. So a few fast facts about the Ocavu Network token. 888-888-888. That's the number of tokens minted. We got the 888s all from Ocavu. The O is like ocho. Anyway, we like 8. Also, I speak Chinese, and ba is a really lucky number in Chinese, so we went with that. But that's the number of tokens minted. There is a staking page that goes live tonight at midnight. For those of you that care, we were really impressed by the launch of the Giddy token by Giddy. I can say that because I'm not a Giddy employee. But Giddy's awesome. I am super excited about that. But they did an amazing launch, and so we've emulated some of the things they've done and added some more things that'll be really fun. But if you're, anyway, we're going to be streaming something like 1.7 million tokens a day for the next 245 days, for the next 8 months. 8. There's a lot of 8s. You'll see 8s all over the place. So you can see all of that at ocavu.live. Light Paper will go live later tonight, all those things. Right now there's just a kind of a countdown on there. There is a launch party at our headquarters that's only about 5 minutes, 6 minutes from here. I know it's a little far from the after party, but this is the after party, and all of you are invited. You're welcome to come. There'll be lots of food, and this party will be less dancing and things and more like sitting at a computer, seeding liquidity, you know, type stuff. So those of you that, if that's your thing, come on out. If it's not your thing, come on out and have some food and make it fun. Now, right now, we're airdropping 100 Ocavu Network tokens to everybody here, right? So currently that's worth 0, so that's fun. But hopefully after tonight it'll be a little bit more than that. And you know, so if you open your wallet right now, you'll see it there. You were all just airdropped that thing. What you'll see is an NFT basically that says 100 Ocavu, and that will be redeemable probably in about 2 weeks. And you'll be able to redeem it. You'll receive it to your wallet right there, your Ocavu wallet, and you can send it to your MetaMask. You can sell it. You can send it to your friend. You can pay your babysitter with it, whatever you want to do. So that's exciting. If you want to join the Discord, scan that. I'll leave that up for just a second. If you want to follow the community and ask questions on what it does and how to get involved, but hopefully I've shared that a little bit. All right, so I said the Ocavu Network token is going to power additional community tokens. And I'm going to bring a couple guys on stage really quick because you're right up here in front. Come on up, Social Mixtape. So this is Rob Duffin and Isaac Ellsworth, founders of Social Mixtape. It's Mixtape Social Music. I always mix it up. Yeah, it's some mix something. Rob, tell them what it is.
So yeah, we're a social music app. Live in the iOS App Store right now. You can download it and connect around music. Think Instagram, except for around music. So instead of photos, you're connecting, telling stories about why the music's important to you, which we feel is very important. And we're super excited about our partnership. I don't know how much I should say right now, but the whole idea behind it is, as John mentioned, there's a problem in the music industry that's not getting better with the digitization and streaming of music. And that's where artists are starving. Everybody has their hands in the pocket of the artist. With the Ocavu token and the Mixtape token that we're launching, we're gonna enable fans to pay artists directly wallet to wallet with no 30% Apple fee, no 30% Twitch fee or YouTube fee. It's direct monetary interaction between fans and artists, which we're super excited about. So download the app, come make some mixtapes, share stories about the music that's important to you, and be a part of this community. And we're just super excited. Anything you want to add, Isaac? Go Ocavu.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. So yeah, their token is not live yet, but it will go through similar launch structures and all kinds of things that we're doing. We're making this into a process so that people can launch these and actually have it be used for something. These are not rug pulls. These are incredible companies that are real. Some of them are billion-dollar companies, and some of them are. I mean, these guys have been around for a bit. They're actually killing it. But there's going to be other even bigger companies that come along to do this, to provide a better way to monetize within their ecosystem and allow it's not necessarily about the monetization. It's more about allowing the communities to award the people that should be rewarded, right? So, to summarize, Ocavu is a Web3 ecosystem, 3D, AR, metaverse. We still do all of the things that Seek, that many of you have known for a long time. We still do it. Cross-platform deployment. Now we've added in community NFT platforms and marketplaces, tokens, community management, and marketing automation, and it's all powered through the Ocavu network. And so there's gonna be so many cool things. You're gonna be going to sporting events at places that you know here closely, using the same ticketing system that we basically baited this morning with you guys, right? So thank you for participating in that. Please tell us what sucked and what didn't suck. We want to know those things so that we can get better. So to finish up here, I asked a few of my friends to just do a quick video and talk about some of this rebranding and the new Ocavu token, or really the Ocavu branding.
Hi guys, it's Melora Hardin, and I hear from Jonathan that you guys are changing your name.
Surprise, everybody, it's me. No, not Ashton Kutcher. It's me, Brian Baumgartner here, and guess what? We're changing it up. We're rebranding. We're gonna crush the Web3 space like I crush tacos.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? That got a very important message. Here it is. Listen up, everyone. We're changing our name from Seek to Ocavu.
Yeah, we're changing our name. Seek no longer, baby. Ocavu. Ocavu. Keep saying it. Rolls off the tongue. I love it.
Hi guys, how are you? This is Hide. Jon! Ocavu!
David Wallace here, by the way, Dunder Mifflin Paper. If you follow the paper game, we're Northeast Regional, hoping to expand.
Seek is too easy. It's like saying hey or bleh or It's one syllable. It's too easy. Ocavu makes you think about us. Don't take us for granted. We do NFTs, community, and new Ocavu tokens and all that stuff.
This is exciting. Ocavu. It sounds very elegant, if I do say so myself.
You're a Web3 company, so that means you do like metaverse, NFTs, community.
The folks who do the treasure hunts? No, we've grown since then, Wallace. Yeah, we're doing 3D, we're doing AR, we're doing VR.
You got NFTs, you got a community, you got new Ocavu tokens. This is gonna be amazing.
And I have to say, I've known Cheney a while. He was actually the guy that gave me the idea. I credit my son Teddy for the idea for the Suck It, which of course Arnie from research worked on, the vacuum for teenagers. Sure, he might have been the initial inspiration, but talking to John, I mean, the guy's a magician. Doing Seek to Ocavu, treasure hunts, to bringing businesses into the metaverse, right? Immersive technologies, the whole bit. Hey, you want to see what a Suck It looks like in your kid's bedroom? Yeah, bam. Give us a call.
It's your girl, Amina. Jonathan called me up and he was like, Amina, please help them get excited about Ocavu over Seek. So he asked the right person because I'm a drummer. And so when I hear that Ocavu, I mean Ocavu, Ocavu. Come on, y'all.
I mean, now you're excited about the name, right?
I'm not superstitious. But yeah, like some of us at Dunder Mifflin, I'm a little stitiously. I think this Ocavu network token is going to be one of the all-time most successful crypto tokens. And I don't know anything about that business, but stitiously, yeah, I'm in the paper business. Stitiously, I'm feeling that.
Nice.
I hope Ocavu always #1, the best.
Bye, everyone. Go Ocavu!
I can't wait to follow you guys. Truly, this is Buckley talking. Truly, keep up the great work, gang. We'll see you on the flippity flip.
Those guys, those of you that are friends with me or whatever, I've seen every episode of The Office probably 15 times. So those feel like old friends to me at least. Let's pull up that last slide really quick. Thank you guys so much. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, there's a quick QR code that'll get you in there. But yeah, Seek is now Ocavu. We're doing some big stuff, launching a token. Come to our after party. After you're at the other party, it's gonna be awesome, guys. Thanks so much.
I'm so excited to introduce you to our next guests, Lisa and Sarah. They're with Stoner Cats, which I'm sure you guys are well familiar with. This was kind of one of the OG crypto projects, and they're going to tell you a little bit about it before we do a screening, and then we'll do a Q&A at the end. All right, you guys take it away.
Thanks, Belle. Hi, everybody. Who's heard of Stoner Cats? All right, that's not too bad. I'm Lisa Sturbakov. I am a producing partner of Mila Kunis. We've had a company together for years called Orchard Farm, where we produce traditional film and television. And then last year in July, we decided to jump into Web3 by making Stoner Cats with my wonderful friend Sarah here, who is one of the creators of the show.
Hi guys, it's really great to be here. Super stoked to be in a crowd of Web3 nerds like ourselves. Yeah, Stoner Cats is an adult animated show that was created by myself and my two co-creators, Ash Brannon, who was a co-director on Toy Story 2, as well as many other things, and Chris Cartagena, who is an editor on things like Space Jam and Happy Feet. Myself, I come from an editorial background as well. Most notably, I worked on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 1 and 2, and I quit 2 to do Stoner Cats. Which is the ultimate, motto of A Leap of Faith from Spider-Verse, is to quit your job. So, yeah, we're really excited to show this to you guys. It's token gated, so if you want to talk
for a
about
little
that.
bit of context, Ash, Sarah, and Chris brought Mila and I the show before COVID. COVID happened, and we decided that we really needed to have, we wanted to take things out in the adult animation space. We took it out, and the offers that we were getting, because Stoner Cats is about an 80-something-year-old woman, which is not what Hollywood's looking for, and also stoned cats. That's all right. But we couldn't get the offer that we really wanted, and we realized that Ash, Sarah, and Chris are so talented that they could actually make the show. And we thought, it was actually completely Mila's idea, we should do this as an NFT, let's figure out how to do that. And we put together a team to make that happen, which was super exciting, and we managed to drop it in about 12 weeks. For context, at the same time, Mila and I were making a movie that you'll see later this year on Netflix that took 7 years. So we were able to, in 12 weeks, develop a project, while a traditional project would typically take between 2 and 15 years to get made. So it's a whole new world out here. But I think on the first off, there's an adult warning. This is very adult content. There is drug content, pot, and there is also a lot of language. Additionally, the cast, so you're aware, is Mrs. Stoner is Jane Fonda, who was attached with it before we decided to make it an NFT, and then we had to explain to Jane Fonda what an NFT was and how we were going to do it, which was awesome. Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, Chris Rock, Seth MacFarlane, Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, plays one of the characters, and Gary V is, we cast him in episode 2. What you're gonna see is episode 1 to 3 cut together, but you'll see Gary come in episode 2, and then we just announced Dax Shepard in episode 3, 4, and 5. But for sort of where the story comes from, I think it's really important context, and Sarah can give that to you.
Yeah, so for context for the story is, Stoner Cats actually started 12 years ago. It was pre-Netflix, pre-streaming, and certainly pre-adult animation. So the three of us, Ash, Chris, and myself, were working on other animated movies, and kind of like you do on kids' movies, you lose your mind a little bit. So we kind of would make jokes about what would happen if cats got stoned on catnip, and what hijinks would they get up to. And so we started to joke about this over the course of 10 years. Every time we saw each other, we got lunch, we got coffee, we would add a new layer to Stoner Cats. And it wasn't until after I finished on Spider-Verse, I ran into Ash randomly on the street. And we caught up, and we were talking about Stoner Cats, as we do. And I was like, I feel like this actually has legs. He's like, I'm actually getting into producing my own content. should we do it? And I was like, well, it's high time. So we got in touch with Orchard Farm with Lisa, Mila, and Cammie, and we pitched to them. And I think we just ended up laughing for like an hour and a half. And we're just like, oh yeah, so should we do the show? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So we tried many ways to get it made, and because of the drug content, because, like Lisa said, no one really cares about the journey of an 80-year-old woman. And specifically, the journey of this 80-year-old woman is a woman with Alzheimer's, and her journey and the family's journey along with that, and that is directly off of my own mom who has Alzheimer's. So I was able to create this realistic idea of what it's like to live with that and Alzheimer's being a family disease. And the Web 2 space just wasn't ready for that. It didn't really make money, and that's really what it came down to. So we ended up doing it as an NFT through Mila's genius idea. And in that process, we've managed to connect with a whole group of people who understand that your content doesn't have to fit into a Web 2 marketing box. And we've connected with people who have Alzheimer's, whose families have Alzheimer's, and so we've really been able to connect in a way we wouldn't have otherwise been able to do so. And it's been really special, it's been really meaningful, and a portion of our proceeds went to Alzheimer's Association as part of our efforts to really double down on that idea. So the kind of log line before we get into the actual episodes is basically Miss Stoner is a vivacious 83-year-old, and she uses medical marijuana to treat her anxiety, which in turn helps dampen down her Alzheimer's. And mysteriously, she gets a special type of marijuana this time, and accidentally ends up hotboxing her cats, and they become sentient. And so now they have to wrestle with their newfound independence and autonomy, and also try to wrestle with their beloved owner's illness and balance that dichotomy. So traditionally, you know, we are token gated, so the only way you can access this content is with our NFTs. So this is actually the first time we've screened in front of a IRL audience, so we're really excited for you guys to see it. Lisa, I don't know if you have any other thoughts before we get started.
No, this is episode 1 to 3. It's all cut together. It's about 20 minutes long, and then we'll be back out and be able to answer any questions you guys might have.
Yeah.
Go, enjoy.
Let's do it.
Sorry, Miss Stoner.
Oh, it's fine. Material possessions are a social construct. Don't do it. Don't. Such a little diva. Fine, we can share. Now, where did I put that little white... Well, I almost had a senior moment. Sorry, thief. This isn't catnip. Damn, I just went from Martha to Snoop. I caught some good shit. This.
Christ, somebody open a window. It smells like a fart of 1,000 skunks.
Wasn't me. Yep, definitely not my brand.
What is your brand? Gas station sushi?
What the fuck?
Look at my toe beans. They're so pink.
Oh, shit, I have them too.
Hey, guys, Do you notice anything strange?
Whoa, yeah. Hammy's toe beans are freakishly small.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. How big do my completely average-sized toe beans feel now, bitch?
No, dickheads. We can talk. We can walk on 2 feet.
Oh, shit, you're right. I'm like 3 1/4 inches taller.
Maybe in heels. Easy there, buddy.
Stop! Don't you see what this means?
Oh my
God!
I can open the fridge!
Dibs on the pizza rolls!
Ugh. Play yourself out, Reggie.
I'll be at the bar if anyone needs me.
So this is what crazy feels like. I'm losing my fucking mind.
On the contrary, Fifi.
Huh?
You've entered your higher consciousness.
Did you see that?
See what?
Nothing.
All right, internet, expand my mind. Oh shit. Did you know that Satoshi Nakamoto is from the future?
I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
From the future.
Okay, what does the internet say about skunky smoke?
Skunky smoke can be in reference to marijuana, aka weed, aka perp,
Okay,
aka
okay,
Dutch,
I get it.
laxative, sticky icky.
Oh my god, Earth to
Sinister
keyboard
Minister,
cat.
Alaskan
What are the
Thunderfuck.
side effects?
In a minute! I'm down a rabbit hole.
I just
Dobby's
need it for a
Hobby,
second.
Evil
I need to borrow
Edamame,
it. Like,
Giggle
just look
Smoke,
something up.
Grim Reaper,
Just give it to
Hairy
me,
Monkey,
please. Just
Jazz
give it to
Cabbage.
me.
Ashton Kutcher?
Hey, I saw this on TV. Yes. Won't be needing you. Hammy, check this out.
No, no, no. Check me out. Woohoo! Oh, no. Ooh, shit!
You inbred muppet.
Purple monkey paws, Bob Saget, laughing grass. Jesus beard, learning Dutch, Nugs, power flower, Reba McEntire,
Guys,
rock and roll tobacco,
there's a fire. There's a fire.
Stop repeating yourself. Stop repeating yourself. Oh,
Somebody save the cat.
Oh. Watch and learn.
Coming through. I got this.
Yes, we cannabis. And that's all. What the fuck happened here?
Oh, what? Oh, God, you had a foam party without me? After party in the tub. Who's in?
Yeah, definitely count me out.
What's that, sweets?
Meow.
Meow?
Meow.
Come on, you filthy animals. Did I ever tell you about the time I took a bath with Andrew Lloyd Webber?
And on that note, do you know how expensive that was?
Don't be a pussy, Reg. Be a cat until we figure out what the Twilight Zone fuck is going on around here.
Weekly Elderly Easement Dispensary. How can I help you, Miss Stoner?
Actually, I'm her caregiver. There was an incident with yesterday's delivery.
What kind of incident?
Oh, doesn't matter. She's getting worse, okay? The point is she needs more. Like now.
Oh, damn Mercury retrograde. Quiet, you. Oh, this is the 4th time this year that, or is it the 3rd? How many retrogrades are, what was I doing?
Bollocks, we may have a looming catastrophe.
Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay.
Oh, come on, get it together.
She's about to make a scene.
Yo, Hamilton, really?
I mean, she's really starting to slip.
Oh, Davis, not today. I really need you to move. Out of the way. I gotta clean this up before, Wait, did I?
Hello? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Oh.
Hello?
I think I need to lie down for a minute.
There's a van in the area, and I think they can make it.
Great. Just get the fucking weed here right now.
Did you just meow?
What? No, I'm not a cat.
Good morning, Miss Stoner. Nice. Here's your blazing fast delivery.
Oh, I think you have your stoners mixed up.
Nope. Looks like the order was placed 10:14 a.m.
Hey guys, I think we're all fading.
Maybe you. Definitely not. Shit.
Paid for it to go to waste.
Huh?
Has anybody ever told you look like a young Bob Fosse? You know, who's got the pen when
Get
they
on the
do it?
van.
Who's got
What the
pen
shit?
when they go, what? Thanks for the light, kid. Now that's the stuff. Ba-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum,
Give me the pass, bitch. Hey, nothing's happening.
Yeah, no shit, ham hock.
Still not working. I mean, I'm really not high. Like, I can operate heavy machinery right now.
Yep, that is definitely not the same brand, but I can find it.
Wait, we're coming with you. Nope. All right. Reggie, follow your weird ass brother.
Right. On it.
I'm got this. I'm fast as fuck.
Baxter,
Ow.
it's all on you.
Ow.
Baxter,
That-
where is you? Get off the computer and do something for once. Baxter!
I have regrets.
Hey guys, who's up for tacos?
Falling. Oh!
Sweet fucking jackpot!
Fuck the what? What's curiosity ever done to a cat?
Huh? Oh. Huh. Oh, hey there, little buddy. What you doing? Whoa, that's a lot of toxic energy. Ugh. Easy, friend. Just gonna pluck out these Hep C looking.
That's better.
You're welcome.
Whoa, talking cat? Okay, that's new. Hey, you getting high off my supply, Garfield?
No, but hey, do you know where I can get more of this?
Look, pal, I get what I get when I get it. The rest is somewhere in there, I don't know.
Whoa, great idea.
Wait, no, worst idea. You go in, you're not coming out.
I gotta go in. My friends are counting on me.
This fucking guy.
Well, that's not weird and/or foreboding. Oh no. Damn it. Sweet Mary Jane. Ha
Fire. Fire. Evacuate area.
Balls.
And our gas discharge. Initiating suction.
Not good. No.
You hear that? Nah, probably nothing.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just get this over with, okay? You scratch my ass, I'm scratching your ass. Yo, you're literally scratching your ass in the middle of a metaphor. Huh, crushed it.
Whoa! You okay there?
No. Run, Chucky boy, run!
That was lucky.
I'm gonna need electrical down here. How the hell did you get out?
Well, not my fault. Is it my fault? Oh, fuck, it's my fault.
Well, shit. We really do land on all fours.
Oh, did I interrupt your cat Shavasana class? Namaste.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. If anyone is out there, please, just take care of her.
The plot thickens. I was gone for like 2 hours. What the fuck happened? You get a fish! You get a fish! Everybody gets up! Where's Dave?
He's off on one of his bullshit adventures. How did you score all this?
Oh, you're never gonna believe it. I received a secret message that told me to get on a van that took me to a secret facility.
Fellas, does anybody else smell bullshit?
This must be like the time you said the chemtrails were making the frogs gay.
Yeah, the proof is right there.
Uh-huh.
Motherfuck!
Davis! I can't find him, Chad. Davis!
I'm on it.
My cat.
He's probably stuck in a vending machine again.
No, Chad. I can't just get another one.
Fucking Chad. She can't be related to that dickhead.
Not in the bedroom.
Just give me a ride to the shelter. No, of course you're busy. I understand.
Not in the bathroom.
Where did you say Dave went?
I don't know. He said he knew where you could find more of that weed.
I know where he is.
Hey, where?
Stay here. I'll be right back.
Keep off the roads this morning and stay indoors as the conditions are very dangerous. But if
Well, he's not in the car.
You little shit.
Hey, Umlaut, take me to the nearest animal shelter.
Navigating to Helter Shelter. Good morning, subject 237.
Oh.
Breakfast is served.
Huh?
Shall we play a game?
Oh, yeah.
You have 10 seconds. 10.
Pass?
8.
Can I ask the audience?
6. 5.
Can I phone a friend?
3. 2. 1.
Yo, Garfield. Pack your bags. I'm busting you out.
You know my name's Dave, right?
Yeah, sure it is. All right, move your lasagna-loving ass. This is a joint operation.
destination is ahead.
Since loads.
I need a distraction.
I'm a distraction.
Yes, you are. Why?
Just trust me.
Tickets are available at the door. Stay tuned.
Fifi, Hamilton, you're not supposed to be here.
What are you doing?
While you watch cement.
New route detected.
Yep.
Make a legal U-turn.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
It's an emergency! Sorry!
We're all gonna die. Yo, you alive?
Oh, yeah. Luckily, the ground broke my fall.
All right, we're in. Now snag as much bud as you can.
Okay, you got it. What are bud?
Just grab all the green shit.
Huh? Ugh.
What the actual fucking fuck are you doing?
I don't know, but it feels right.
Ugh, it's gonna be one of those days.
Whoa, robots, cool.
Come on.
Whoa. I was wrong about the robots.
How the fuck have you made it this far in life?
Stop the ride! Stop the ride!
Hang on to your butt! Adios, Garfield!
It's gay! I can't see my house from here. Oh boy.
You're taking us to that non-existent facility, aren't you?
Oh, it is absolutely existent.
Approaching destination on your left.
On the left. I don't see anything.
Enough with the cuckoo banana shit! No one is tapping our phone line. It was never Berenstein Bears!
I will prove to you that it is real when you see the magical choo-choo train.
Should probably buckle up.
Not now!
You have arrived at your destination.
Arrived where? Oh, God. Baby Chad was right. I can't do this on my own. I'm losing my cats and my mind. I don't want to lose my kitty cat or my mind.
You selfish asshole. You put us in danger. You put her in danger. This ends now. Unfucking
believable.
Davis.
Meow?
Oh, my sweet, chunky boy. Oh, I miss you so much.
Get the thing.
Damn. Dave is my hero.
I know. What a total badass.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm the badass here, okay? With the truck, I was like, hey, and then I jumped on that thing, and then boom, we're alive.
You see a truck?
Truck? No. You?
No. No.
You know what? Next time I let you die.
Too many F-bombs?
There's a a lot of swearing for Thursday afternoon.
A lot of swearing.
Yeah.
For a little bit of context as well, the weed delivery guy is a member of our community. He's a Stoner Cat holder, and so is the voice inside the hazmat suit. And anybody? Oh, and then all the people on the radio in the third episode.
Yeah, so the weather woman and the radio DJ, they're all community members. So we had some voiceover contest as if you have an NFT, you can audition to be a part of the show. So there's a lot of different ways we're engaging with the community. And frankly, we wouldn't have gone a sci-fi direction at all had it not been for the community and their feedback. And they're sort of really into all these Easter eggs we put in there, and we just can't get anything past them. So yeah, everyone's really shaping the show into what it is. It's incredible.
Yeah, and if you spend any time in our Discord, you'll actually start recognizing some of the people. You'll see names in the background. Basically every single item in the show that you see, Ash, Sarah, and Chris have created to honor somebody in the show or as part of our team. Sort of amazing. And I don't know if you saw, we've got People's Bored Apes, we've got World of Women, we've added our friends in the NFT community. We've added their projects into our show as well, and have a little bit more of that coming soon. Yeah. It's exciting. All right, you guys got questions? Or we can just keep talking and that's gonna get really boring. Yes.
Oh,
No? Hey.
There we go.
Do your guys' token holders get access to any kind of revenue sharing or anything like that? Or is the utility solely in features and contests?
Oh, that's Elisa's question. So we don't do any revenue sharing very specifically because regulatorily that is very, very unclear right now. So we had lawyers way before we dropped and listened to them all along the way. We had our entertainment attorneys, all of whom looked at us like we were insane. Like, we don't understand this. I mean, and Seth MacFarlane's entertainment attorney, Jane's, everybody's entertainment attorneys. There was a major education for us to have those conversations of what does this look like? But in order to make sure that everybody felt safe and really comfortable, we took really conservative routes in regard to anything like revenue sharing. And also, to be fair, we dropped back in July, and I know that doesn't seem like forever ago, but in crypto, it is forever ago. And in terms of all of that, it was a different format. So a lot of the things that have become really commonplace that still aren't clear whether or not they are okay to do, they weren't as commonplace over the summer. Additionally, the same thing with the IP rights. So, obviously the Bored Apes famously have given IP rights. We did not. Our NFTs are characters from the show. Ash, Sarah, and Chris created those characters from the show, and they need to hold those IP rights. And I think as we're seeing with Seth Green, as I'm sure you guys have all seen, who is a very good friend of mine, his Bored Ape was stolen, and he made a show with that ape. And now he doesn't own the piece of IP it'll be determined how that works. And I think there's this wonderful ideal of sharing IP and really challenging real world applications to that we had to get ahead of really early on. And it was not fun decisions, but we had to make decisions that we made sure that we're protecting the artists. Because our first priority was to protect Ash, Sarah, and Chris, who created these characters. And Ash in particular has created characters for major movies that you know of, and he doesn't get anything from those character creations. So we wanted to make sure that the ownership of that stayed firmly with them, and not with somebody else.
Yeah, and just to touch on that too, is we're so grateful to Orchard Farm and to Mila, Lisa, and Cami for being so protective of us. As artists in the NFT space, I'm sure a lot of you here understand that, is that, in a traditional Web 2 space or in traditional Hollywood, the artist doesn't have a lot of control. You get muddied with studios, you get muddied with a lot of red tape. And so NFT has allowed us to create with the most incredible amount of freedom. We get notes from Lisa, Mila, and Cami, but they're very minimal and they're always very smart. In fact, as you guys saw, when Dave got kidnapped, that was not the plan. They came in mid-episode 2 and they were like, hey, what if Dave got kidnapped? And we're like, well, that would change a lot of everything we're working on currently. But it was the right move, and so we decided, yeah, let's do it. And so we ended up having to completely change the structure of the rest of the season. So we're able to pivot and still kind of have that model of how we traditionally work, but with much more freedom. And that's something that we're really, really proud of and happy to share in all of this artistry in the Web3 space. It's great.
Yeah, it's been interesting to sort of watch our sort of ideological evolution as well. I think when we started, we were starting from very much a very Web 2 point of view. And I think over our time, we've really grown to understand and embrace the benefit of being in Web 3. And it's interesting because everybody talks about community in Web 3 and that like the benefit is community. The community lives on Discord and lives on Twitter. Those are Web 2 applications. So when what we talk about a lot, and what Mila and I, our company, we do additional Web 3 content. What we talk about a lot is like, how can you actually use the blockchain and actually use the technology to further content? How can you take our normal consumer behaviors, things like playing video games, things like watching shows, and how can you improve on them while using Web 3? So as we talk about what the future of Stoner Cats looks like, which we won't tell you about today because we haven't announced any about what that looks like today, that's a lot of the considerations is what part of it will live in a really traditional Web 2 kind of streaming sort of space, and what part of it will continue to live with our community who has been there with us from the beginning.
Other questions?
What was the animation process in creating just like how you envisioned the cats would interact with like other characters and such?
Yeah, so the first episode was hand-drawn, every single frame, and animated by Ash Brannon, and actually in a program called Apple Motion, which is super low budge and discontinued by Apple, actually. So it's a very grassroots way of doing it. After we dropped the first episode, we brought in an animation studio called GhostBot, and they are incredible. They're a small shop in San Francisco. And we called episode 2 Pilot 2.0 because they basically had to learn the style that Ash had created and down to the characters and rigging them so that they speak the way that each character speaks. And I can go on to like a super nerd TED Talk if you guys want, but I won't take all the time. But basically the way that it works is we have really rough drawings called storyboards, and then myself or Chris will edit those together in what's called an animatic, and that becomes our template on how to animate. Once we lock those things down with temp recording of the actor dialogue by ourselves, which is terrible. And then we get in the professionals once we lock those scenes, and then we bring in Mila, Ashton, and the whole gang individually. And in the time of COVID, very early on, it was just plugging a mic into an iPhone and hoping for the best, which is #ChrisRockAudio. If you notice the difference in Chris Rock's audio from episode 1, going forward changed as we kind of got out of COVID and were able to go into studios and record. So once we have all that in, we can then get it over to our really talented story artist and character layout artist, Dan Jupe. And the 2D process is really, really challenging, and it's not really cost effective, and that's why you don't see a lot of 2D animation anymore, especially in features. It's all 3D, because it's all hand-drawn. So the heads can be built out so that they can move the mouth in kind of a generative way, but the bodies are all hand-drawn. So there's a lot of stuff that Dan will do that kind of is key poses, and then once that's done, goes to the animation studio. They do beautiful animation. That comes back, we comp it into our sets, and that's what makes it look nice and pretty, and Ash puts a nice lighting effect on it, and that's kind of the polished version of it. Simultaneously, we work with a composer, Rolf Kent, who created the score for Dexter, among many other things. He's very talented. And so concurrently, while we're doing this whole process and we lock scenes, we send stuff to him and he scores the show. Then once we have all those pieces together, we have the dialogue, we're filling in our own sound effects, and we have the music, we then take it over to our sound mixer, Patrick Clark, and he does this beautiful sound pass, and then we mix it all together, and then it goes out into the interwebs. It's a really abridged version of animation.
Yeah, I mean, one of the really interesting things is even though it's 2D animation, it's actually built in a 3D world. So if you'll notice, you're actually, while you're driving, you're sort of moving, you know, there are elements moving through the world. And so we actually, they call like 2.5D, which is not really a thing, but it is 2D elements in a 3D space so that you can actually direct a camera. Otherwise, you end up with something that looks like South Park, which is face on and, you know, just like that. We make an episode of Stoner Cats. I give notes on Stoner Cats, that's all I do. But the team makes an episode of Stoner Cats in about 12 weeks. Recently, much faster, because they've gotten that pipeline together for just a regular piece of animation. Like when I tell my Hollywood level, like my entertainment friends that we make it in 12 weeks, they can't believe it, because it's so fast. Our community is frustrated because it takes too long. So it's been this real big balance of like quality, time, and money, which that triangle is a push-pull that you're constantly trying to battle, and we have constantly battled. But you know, like an episode of Family Guy takes a year, and we're trying to do the exact same steps that they're doing. We're trying to do it in a tenth the time. Yes.
Are you guys giving any donations or to Alzheimer's? So are you guys working with the Alzheimer's Association?
Yeah, I mean, to date, we've donated about $130,000 to Alzheimer's, to the Alzheimer's Association. And they are actually accepting crypto now. They weren't when we first started, but now they are.
Are you guys working with Jon Stewart at all? Like what he did with Night of Too Many Stars?
No.
You may want to talk to him.
All right.
Get a benefit concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great charities out there, and we actually went to our community to decide on that. You know, we do a lot of voting. The design of Chad, which is Dax Shepard, which will be in episode 4, 5, and 6. They voted on which aging memory care donation, where that donation should go. So it was really important to me that, personally, that we do that, but it was more important that the community felt like, as a team, we donated to the place that we all felt would be the best use of that fund.
To join the community, there's a Discord run by a company called Big Head, and there's a Stoner Cats channel within that Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Actually, the most fun place to like experience it, so one of the most fun places is on Twitter. We have a kind of very, very funny Twitter feed, in my opinion. I think it's really just a fun read. And then we have a Discord where the community goes in and talks. They do community events, get to talk to Ash, Sarah, and Chris. But to be part of those events, again, they're token gated, so that means that people have to own a token to be able to participate in those. Great news is, it's not great news, but Ethereum's way down, so the tokens are a lot cheaper right now.
Silver lining. Yeah, and at Stoner Cats TV is our Twitter, and you will find Miss Stoner just chilling on Twitter. It's a really fun time. Yeah.
So my question for you guys is, going through this whole process, where you see entertainment going, where you see TV shows going, and how that involves Web3, and what's different from what's been historically done?
Well, I'll tell you, Mila and I get a lot of incoming. We get a lot of incoming in the traditional space, but this was really interesting because nobody had done it when we did it. We got incoming from major studios who were like, explain this to us. And most of what they wanted to do was really just make digital merch. So they wanted to essentially additionally monetize their existing show. They weren't really looking to do something that was more integrated with the community, more cutting edge. They weren't looking to cut edges. What they were looking to do is say, I have a piece of IP, can I monetize it further by releasing a digital piece of merch? So that was something that we didn't decide to do. But what we have found are a couple pieces of existing IP where they're solely owned by a couple people, as opposed to by a corporation. and it's known, exciting IP that can have additional metaverse spaces, can have all of the kinds of things that we think are really exciting, that can have gaming elements, that can really go cross platforms. We're really excited about that. And we do, I mean, obviously, every single major studio will have NFT drops very, very shortly. What they look like is the question. I think if the dream is decentralization, that will not be that. They're not going to kind of give up any kind of control. When we make a movie for a traditional place, our talking points are given to us. So the idea of allowing a creator to go into our community and they say anything they want to our community. They can be as transparent as they want to be. We kind of call it it's building out loud. We're literally building in front of the community. And that kind of transparency right now, I don't see happening yet. It'll be interesting to see if they get on board. We're having a lot of those conversations right now to say, like, this is the magic. We spend so much money doing market testing on movies. We can do it while we're making it. Like, that's been the magic of, we dropped an episode of Stoner Cats, the first one. We learned so much. We learned what they liked. We learned what things that we thought people would enjoy that they just kind of didn't seem to notice. And then other things that were like Easter eggs in there that we didn't even see the magic of, they saw the magic of, and we were able to pivot immediately. That, as an artist and a storyteller, has been very, very, very powerful. But they're not there yet. Look up there.
Yeah, I think there's a level of, if it's done correctly, in my opinion, and done well, it will be an integration of. I don't think it's going to be a full, like Lisa said, a decentralization flip. Certainly not in the near future. Love, Death, Robots and Netflix just did their hidden QR codes in their episodes, and you have to find them in. Once you find the QR code, that gives you access to an NFT. That so far is the closest thing I've seen to kind of a genuine experience that feels interactive, that doesn't feel like the traditional bonus content where you're watching something on HBO or whatever and they're like, go find extra content on my website. And I'm like, I'm probably not gonna do that, that takes too much time. But if there's some sort of engagement, interactivity that can be done through NFTs, I think that's gonna be a really big part of it.
And you gotta remember, these companies, these corporations are very, very worried about KYC and an AML. So if you're talking about really doing something in a straight Ethereum kind of drop, where you're not gonna be able to know your customer and to make sure that you're not money laundering, they're not gonna do it. So traditional drops right now, almost all of them are really not KYC'd. It's why you even see the Bored Apes decided to KYC for their latest drop. It's because the bigger you get, the more corporate, kind of corporate control you have, the more protective, more careful you have to be in that regard. And crypto's the Wild West still. And I am really hoping for real regulatory clarity so we understand what we're playing inside of. But the major companies, the major studios are not gonna touch it until they have it.
Yeah, and I'll say the one other hope, like Lisa said, is basically us making the show live is an audience preview screening, which we would have all the time on features. On Spider-Verse, we would fly to a flyover state. I make that joke because I'm from St. Louis. But we would go and get a sample audience of families and different demographics of a very work-in-progress version of the movie, and it wasn't finished, it wasn't pretty, and most of the feedback we would get at that point was, is it gonna be black and white when it comes out? So there was a lot of lack of education that didn't help people understand what they were watching, and they couldn't get past that to see what the content actually was. But with the way we've been creating this show, it's a live audience preview screening. We have people freeze framing, going backwards, playing it at double time, playing it at half speed. And so we're getting this very intricately detailed audience preview screening that shapes the show. And personally, my hope is that we allow creators and artists to create in the NFT space, have a proven concept, have a proven audience, that really that's what the Web 2 Hollywood is looking for, is making sure that there's a show that people actually want to watch. That's why shows get canceled so quickly, because there's no barometer for whether or not the show will land with an audience. But if you've already tried it in an NFT space and you have an audience, to me, it makes all the sense in the world that you can just take your show and go, look, I have an audience. We've proven that it's a solid piece of content. Now we can go back to the Web 2 space. So I think it's backwards compatible as well. And hopefully that will then change the mindset of Web 2 and make it more open-minded.
And I do think that one of the most compelling things as we've been talking to streamers particularly about what we've done is that by cutting away so much of the fat that exists in a studio system, we've been able to be nimble, we've been able to be fast, and we've been able to make the content for a tenth of what would traditionally be made because we cut that fat. Yeah. There's somebody back there in is that a Dodgers hat?
It is a Dodgers hat.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was kind of playing on that. Is the goal here to develop it on Web3 and then go backwards to the Web 2 streaming or kind of ad-based sources for the revenue, or how is it that you're going to distribute this and then make revenue off of it?
Well, our drop netted $8.2 million, so in about 30 minutes. That doesn't go that far in making content, guys, to be really honest. But, so, you know, obviously there's that sort of revenue side. The corporate partnership side is actually alive and well in NFTs right now. Most big projects that you see already have preset corporate partnerships. We actually don't on this, but most do. We feel like each project will have the right distribution method, and we aren't ready to talk about what that is for Stoner Cats yet, but we've got, we know what it is.
Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily one or the other. I think, like Lisa said, some projects will be meant to be able to go back as a proof of concept. Others, I think, will be so interactive that it would be very difficult to host that on a Web 2 space. Like if it's an interactive type, like a gaming utility through your show or whatever your project is, I don't know that that fits into a Web 2 space. So I think it's very project dependent.
And then additionally, just sort of, you know, you can sort of think of like the project that's canon, like what's the main project, and then what are the ancillary pieces of content? So as we were talking about that exact thing, which is like, we want to make sure that we always retain control of the ancillary content so that we can do something nimble and fun and crazy that serves our community, even if a more traditional space ends up taking distribution on the project.
Don't be shy. Ask questions.
Hi, I'm curious, we're in Utah, the home of the Sundance Institute. I was a board member for many years, and what comes to mind is this idea of if you were sitting in front of an audience of creatives, filmmakers that are struggling to make that living and to break in with the gatekeeper being, in this case, Sundance, what advice would you give them from what you've learned in your experience as a way to, you know, harness or find their audience, create a sustainable career, that type of thing?
I mean, this is my passion, exactly my passion project. So being a producer, my entire job and passion, the reason I do it is to serve storytellers. They're the most important part. And I love the Sundance Institute. I have a lot of friends who've gotten started there. The worst job in Hollywood is writer. It's so hard. It's so hard to be a writer in Hollywood. You get none of the credit, you get a lot of blame, and ultimately you don't have any control of what's on screen. Somebody takes it and puts it up there, and you're very often not even on set. It's a little easier on TV, but on the film side, it's really, really challenging. The same thing that I say anytime I do any mentoring is make your content, make your content, make your own content. Writers write, actors act, directors direct. So find a community of like-minded people, get your iPhone, only ever pay for sound, pay for nothing else, but do pay for sound, because that'll screw you. Make your own content. Put it out in the world, don't ask for any money yet. Just put it out and see if people like it. The first thing will be terrible, the second thing will be terrible, the third thing will be terrible. And over time, it'll get better. And then that piece that you put out, nobody's gonna buy that, but they will see it, and it'll get you an agent who will then put you up for a meeting that will put you up for the next piece. So you just have to think of it. It's also a numbers game. write more, create more, do more. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. I mean, I'm sure you guys we have probably 15 projects going at once. You guys, even though you're deep in production on this, I know that it's not the only thing you think about. Yep. But you really have to be constantly creating, and then the huge thing for writers and for any sort of creator and artists is it's the same thing that Mrs. Stoner is based on Sarah's mom. What is your thing? What is your special story that you can bring to it that nobody else can? What is your vulnerability that you can bring to it? Somebody who comes into my office to pitch and says, I want to make Star Wars, it's like, cool, too late. So the question is, what is your unique, strange, interesting point of view? Where is the pain point inside your body that you have to pick at until you can make art of it and put it on the screen? And I think that that's something that artists need to lean into and not lean away from. And anybody who's a creative person will be comfortable with that sort of vulnerability and actually want it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think as far as, finding people who can help you make it, maybe you're not a writer, maybe you're not an editor, and finding those other people, I think now Web3 allows that sort of connection. Web2 was kind of the initial bit of it, and like Lisa said, like Twitter and Discord, those things are Web2 platforms. But use those platforms and connect and find ways to create now. There's this level of connectivity that we didn't have before. That's really quite lucky. And I think if you take advantage of that and reach out and find people who fit the bill of your project in the places where you are lacking, I think you will be able to create, with exception of sound, which you pay for, that is so correct.
Hashtag Chris Rock Sound.
Hashtag Chris Rock Sound.
Somebody back there.
Very good. Thank you for being here, first of all. Appreciate it. The narrative, I think my question goes along with the question that was just asked. The narrative, very much so in Web3, is this decentralization. I'm curious, some of the questions have been asked about funding, crowdfunding through NFTs. Do you believe that's the future and potential in film? You're shaking your head no. Explain more about how we, and perhaps the question just now about someone who doesn't have a network of producers and people who do have the funds to support them. Is crowdfunding through NFTs and that avenue, is that plausible?
Here's a challenge. Everybody who has an NFT project, you guys know about the rug pulls. Somebody made a promise and they didn't do it. So from a very practical point of view, if you're saying, I'm gonna make this show, buy my NFT and I'm gonna make this show. If you make $10, there is one holder from that $10 who you've made a promise to. And now you don't have enough money to do that. So funding this way is not, to me, it is actually not the way. I mean, I don't think any traditional space is thinking about it at all. Do I think you can monetize your work this way? Yes. But the truth is, make it first. Make the work and then sell the work. But pre-funding is not, to me, it's not the way. There are very specific regulations regarding crowdfunding. You got to be really careful on that. And I think that the way is you're going to make the work. We were making this show one way or another. We were going to make the show. We did make the first episode out of pocket, and we made a promise that we would make the show one way or another, whether people had bought it or not. So it's just a matter of understanding how nimble and lean and how inexpensive you can make it. And then you hope that you can then recoup some of that in a sale.
Yeah, we were making the first episode, Ash, Chris, and I, nights and weekends. We had day jobs, and we were just, it seems crazy knowing now the success of how it went and how well the first episode was received. It seems crazy to think, but we were like, is this gonna work? Are we just like killing ourselves day and night to do this? Ultimately, the answer was yes, but I think it takes that level of can do, will do spirit. And I think, like I said, I think the Web3 allows that connection. Even if you don't have a network of people, there are people out there. And if you start joining into, Twitter Spaces, there's so many NFT Twitter Spaces and content-based Twitter Spaces. But like Lisa said, if you hang your hat on the fact of producing a show or creating a feature, whatever your project is, and you don't have the expertise and you haven't filled in all the gaps in your expertise, you're really putting yourself at risk more than you are putting yourself out there for a potential for growth.
And just so you know, there are actually, there are quite a few DAOs now that are funding projects. Look for those. Look all around. Those are there for you. There are also some platforms that are being built right now that they are seeding content. Be really careful though, when you're gonna go to a platform that's seeding content and they're gonna say, okay, great, you can have $500,000 to make your content, but you're gonna give me 50%. You're gonna then give, another 50 grand for a smart contract. And then you're gonna get you need to be really, really smart and careful. So even though somebody might hand you $500,000 to make a show, in the long run, you've got to be really thoughtful about whether or not it's a good deal for you or not. But there are platforms out there doing that. But I think the ground up, all you need to launch an NFT project is 5,000 people on Twitter and in Discord. If you can get 5,000 people who come in, who like what you're doing, who are interested in it, you're talking, you're building out loud, you're showing them what you're doing, by the time you're getting ready to drop, not right now, when it's better, they'll be there for you and be excited to be part of your project. It's a micro community that you're servicing, which is incredible for an artist because you can have it be exactly what you want it to be as an artist. You guys have got 36 seconds left.
Time for one more, maybe?
There's somebody right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my question really is, you said there's a lot more nimbleness to the way of doing this with the Web3 implication and community building, but what have been the additional considerations you've realized along the way, kind of blazing this trail? And now we have to think about these avenues that aren't part of the traditional production process that are so important towards a successful Web3 launch.
Yeah, the big mistake was I thought launching was the finish line, it was the starting gun. That was a massive learning. That the real job is after launch. Learned it, enjoyed it, and love it. But that was the real learning from us. And then also, obviously we had to learn about smart contracts, we had to learn about, making the assets, all of that kind of stuff. But that stuff's easy. Smart contract and asset building is easy. And then we had to actually create real world contracts with talent that never existed before. So that was a major consideration that took a huge amount of time.
Yeah, scaling up afterwards. Like I said, after we made the first episode, we were like, oh God, we have to make 5 more now. How do we do that? So we had to go and we went through so many animation studios to try to figure out what would work and budget and what we had, and figuring out the best team because, the only swear that will come from us is we have a no asshole policy. And so it's very important for us to find people who are like-minded and kind-minded. So finding that group of people to create with and scale up is a process. So getting to the NFT feels crazy. It feels like that's the finish line, like Lisa said, but the journey is then sustaining after and making sure, because now you have a community and you owe that community what you promised them, which is the content, and delivering on that is really important. And now you have a direct thing. When you're in Web 2, you're kind of shielded from the audience. So now you're directly interacting with them, and there's a certain level of respect I want to have for my community, and I think people should have for their community to really do their due diligence for it.
And guys, we're a minute 40 over. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
What am I doing?
Yes. All right. I'm a little overwhelmed because it's been a long day and I have like something every 5 minutes and I'm meeting new people every 5 minutes and I'm exhausted, so I'm sitting. We have some giveaways, but I'm gonna say some stuff real fast. So let me think real fast. I'm reading over here. Okay, 4:30 actually is the big giveaways. So you got to be back in here. We're about to have breakouts. I think in like 20 minutes, you're gonna go find your last panel to be on. There's gonna be 4 of them. In here is gonna be Bitcoin. You guys can bring the Bitcoins out. We're ready for them. I think Bitcoin 101 is not necessary unless you actually don't know anything about Satoshi Nakamoto and how it all happened. If you know about that, go learn about how to get your Web3 company funded. There's a lot of good stuff in the other 3 rooms. But if you're ready for the wizard to come teach you about how Bitcoin started, and you want to hear Kirk Wiemet tell a story, and to kind of tell a story where I found out about it, and how we all got here, that's going to be happening about 3:30. And then we're going to announce something at the very end of our little discussion. And it's pretty big. But let's give away something right now. Let's see what we're going to give away. I want to give away some Giddy. So who wants to come up here and do a good job of telling me what Giddy is on the mic for 1,000 Giddy? Who wants to do that? Anybody? Does anyone want to pitch Giddy? Just walk up here if you're the person. Come on. You want to demo it again? I just want to hear someone talk about it real fast for 1,000 Giddy. Come on. I'm totally just killing time here for a sec. What's Giddy all about?
Giddy is about allowing your mother to get into DeFi, simplifying it, and making it safer. Primarily the unlimited approval issue, their wallet is going to simplify things as well.
Tell me about the wallet.
Well, it's been a while since I read the light paper, but isn't the plan to eventually put a part of your passphrase behind different social media profiles so it's more secure, theoretically more secure than a hardware wallet, and also potentially recoverable?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I think they're calling it, it's called Samir secret sharing. It's a concept that's been around for a while, but it's basically like you take your keys and you put them around like Harry Potter or Voldemort did with Horcruxes. You kind of put them in different places, and it would take a lot of compute to crack that code, and it's not possible without like several suns, power of the sun. So it's gonna be a really secure wallet, and then like you said, the infinite approval, like the whole Giddy token helps with that. So find me later, James, and let's get you 1,000 Giddy. Or wait, should we do it right now? Sure. Yeah, let's do it right now. Gosh, dang it, that's what this thing's all about. So right now, we're gonna do DeFi the hard way. This is a workshop, we're gonna do it right now. Do you have any internets?
No. So I used to be an Android guy, and I got my first iPhone yesterday, so I don't have my MetaMask or anything on my iPhone yet.
Dang. Who wants his money? Oh, come on. No, we're gonna get to you. We're always good. We actually did this like 2 weeks ago. So it's always good to demo stuff. We talk about stuff theoretically, but we don't do enough demoing. And I think in October we're gonna have a workshop about how you make an NFT, how you launch it. But right now I wanna show you how fast Web3 works. Okay. So we're gonna do DeFi the hard way. We're gonna do it through MetaMask. In about a month, this is gonna be Giddy. All right, I'm gonna give you some Giddy. We'll get the wallet up here. So I pretty much just say send, and I'm gonna scan her code, and I'm feeling happy, so I'm gonna give you 1,000 Giddy, and that's gonna go in to her wallet, and this is all happening in the Polygon kind of network, which is a fork of you're done, I'm done. She just got 1,000 Giddy. Nobody got in the way of that. That could have happened at midnight, that could have happened in Ukraine, that could have happened anywhere. And that just happened. No bank told me I could do that, no one had to clear the funds. That's called permissionless, that's called DeFi, that's what we're here for. So, no, go stake it. Go stake it. Did it come in? Zoom in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. No, we're not gonna be able to zoom in, so. But anyway, it happened. So that's how this stuff works. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to give something else away, but it says 4:30. Martin, come out here and tell me what I'm supposed to do. Martin. Should we just do should we do a catwalk? Does anyone want to win the outfit, best outfit of the day? Is anyone here that wants to win that? Come up. Martin. How much, what, oh, good. Okay, that's right, we got giveaways. There we go. It says 4:30, but it's only 3 o'clock. We're gonna announce it right now? Okay, so we have a Kemper snowboard. It's gonna come out. What is Pattern giving us? Some skull candy stuff. All right. We got a bunch of stuff from, oh wow, look at that. It's got a whole, like, isn't the video worth more than like anything inside of it probably, the whole Android they put on that? We have some more giveaways too. I know there's like, people have been hitting me up with stuff they want to give away, so there's gonna be some stuff, so at 4:30. But Martin, what are we doing until 4:30? Should Kirk come out here? Should we start doing the Bitcoin 101? Or do we need to wait for something?
Let's see, so we're gonna have breakouts at 3:30. And then, yeah, so we're pretty much gonna go on a break right now just because we ended up a little bit early. So we'll take a break right now, and at 3:30, so we have about 30 minutes or so, we're gonna have the Bitcoin 101 breakout, so with Kirk.
Yeah, go see the booths, go say hi to everyone, and see you back here. Come up and talk to me if you guys wanna chat. I'll be right here.
Is understood to have created the universe out of nothing.